Coming up on this edition of ATV News.
We'll show you what's got these guys screaming.
I'm grateful for everyone showing up and showing out. Aggies broke it down last week. We'll show you the gold medalist at Aggie Olympics.
And I'll show you whether you should plan to pull out the sweaters this weekend.
Utah State is moving to the Pac-12, but there's a lawsuit. I'll show you more in sports.
All that and more, this is ATV News.
From the campus of Utah State University in Logan, Utah, the Department of Journalism and Communication presents the award-winning newscast, ATV News.
Anybody would be excited about joining the Pac-12.
That is Colorado State President Amy Parsons, and they are not the only school joining the Pac-12. Boise State, Fresno State, and San Diego State have all confirmed they will be playing in the Pac-12 in 2026. Welcome to this edition of ATV News. I'm Kaylee Moss.
And I'm Kesley Kincaid. Utah State University announced last night they will also join the Pac-12 Conference along with other current members of the Mountain West Conference. We asked USU students what they thought about the conference change.
I don't know much about it. The university I used to go to, University of Washington, used to be in the Pac-12, but I don't know anything about it. I really don't. I'm excited to see what it holds.
I don't know what the Pac-12 is.
Sprinkle.
Some students are excited about the change, while others don't know the difference. With the departure of Utah State, the Mountain West will need one more team to remain an official league.
A family is uprooted after a house fire. Logan Fire Department says one member of the family was burned while trying to put out the fire, but did not need to go to the hospital. Logan Fire Department says firefighters cut through the garage door after seeing smoke coming from inside and stopped the fire before things got worse. Charred trash and toys were left behind after they put out the fire, and Logan Fire says they kept the fire from spreading to the inside of the house.
We're fortunate that this was contained to the garage, and the home's repairable, and with some repairs and restoration, they'll be able to return back to their home.
Logan Fire Department says it appears the fire started in a trash can and spread from there. The department is still investigating what caused the fire. Logan Fire Department says the family was able to get valuables and necessities from inside the house and has a place to stay until repairs can be made.
We might not be as divided as you think if you watch mainstream or social media. That was one of the messages Boyd Matheson, KSL radio and TV host, shared with students on Thursday night. This Constitution Day guest speaker was in collaboration with programs in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
The thing that we have to remember is that it's community and culture that lead, and the politicians follow.
He also talked about the story versus the narrative politicians create. Students met with him after to ask questions and ate free pizza. This was the first ever event for the First Amendment Club that is a new club this semester. USU received a report of sexual assault that occurred on September 22nd. An Aggie alert was sent out yesterday evening informing students and staff that the assault took place in the Logan City Cemetery adjacent to the USU Logan campus. The perpetrator was described as an unknown male, and a knife was used in the facilitation of the crime. The email included resources and information about what to do when an incident occurs. If you have witnessed or experienced sexual misconduct, you may report it using these resources on the screen. How much milk do you think you could get from a cow in 30 seconds? USU students found out at the College of Agriculture and Applied Sciences Week milking competition, and Jackson Day was there to show you what went down.
Gotta get grimy, it's all in the index fingers.
For some, milking came naturally.
All of a sudden I started doing it, and I actually did good, so looks like I'm good at milking cows.
I feel like a pioneer woman.
But for others, like Eleanor Hall, who said she's milked cows before,
Why is this harder than I thought it would be?
it wasn't so easy.
It was a lot slimier than I thought, and
I don't know, I thought I could get like a good rhythm going, but it just didn't happen that way.
While the winner of the cow milking competition got 11.13 ounces of milk in 30 seconds, dairy managers tell us that on a regular day over here at the Kane Dairy, the 120 cows here produce roughly 2,100 pounds of milk.
And organizers say events like this can help remind people where milk comes from.
The milk would get on me and it was like super warm. Did not like that. I kind of was grossed out about it, but then it was like, it's like normal. It's like coming from the body of a cow, so it's fine. Good job.
The Cass Council says they picked cows that are tame and wouldn't kick.
And we try to use the ones that have been worked with, that are tame, and used to being around people.
But they say even the tamest cows will still react if handled rough.
We didn't know what the freak we were doing, so I was milking that thing, and then all of a sudden it started like kicking me, swinging around, so I had to adjust so I could make sure I keep getting the most milk out.
Waldron says beyond using proper milking techniques, he'd consider factors like milking order if he were competing.
When you're milking a cow, you need to like stimulate their udder, and then they'll let down more milk. So I think not first and not last, but towards the beginning, I think would probably be the best.
And during the competition on the opposite side of the trailer, those who didn't want to compete could try without the pressure of a timer.
That's twist.
Like, go down.
Jackson Day, ATV News.
Cass has held this competition many times over the years, but Waldron said this was the first year they measured the milk by weight rather than volume. Within the dairy industry, milk's generally measured in pounds, not gallons.
As the sun set on the cow milking competition, herds of people drove to the Kane Dairy to watch a movie. From their cars, moviegoers talked, laughed, and even did homework as they watched Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. The movie's sound was broadcast over the radio, and the audience listened through their car's speakers. Moviegoers, some of whom had never been to a drive-in movie before, said it was a cool experience with a little added Aggie flair.
You got the dairy air here. You can smell the cows. I think it adds to the Aggie experience. But yeah, overall, awesome.
The movie wrapped up around 10 and was Cass Week's final event.
Joining us at the desk is Jackson Day with weather. Looked like there was beautiful weather for the cow milking last week.
Yeah, honestly, it was about as good as we could possibly ask for, and it looks like we should expect more of the same this coming week. The flowers around campus are beautiful. I love this time of year when there's still flowers, but there's also leaves that are starting to change. The current temperature in Logan is 85 degrees, and when we get back, we'll take a deeper look at weather.
Body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Green Canyon's turning orange this week as the leaves' colors begin to change. But don't let the leaves fool you. Even though it may look like fall out there, it's still plenty warm for outdoor activities and feels summerish. This is from Monday night at about 7 p.m. It was about 70 degrees and people were out riding their bikes, walking their dogs, or even just going for a drive. This week, you should expect to see more weather like this. If you happen to find yourself on the East Coast, you may see, this is the state radar, I apologize about that. We're back to national. If you happen to find yourself in the East Coast this week, you may see some thunderstorms, but throughout pretty much the rest of the country, there really isn't much going on. Moving to the state radar, like I said, throughout the entirety of the state for the rest of the week, really there won't be too much going on other than sun and higher than normal temperatures. We'll be seeing highs higher than we would traditionally see this time of year, ranging from 85s all the way up to 80s, 88, 86. But at night it will be getting colder. We're going down to lows of 50, and into the next week we'll even be getting to lows of 48 at the start of the new month. With that, you're all caught up with ATV weather. Back to you at the desk, Kelly.
Thanks, Jackson. Do you watch movies alone, or would you rather have people to talk about them with you? JT Miller joins us live in the Ag Building to tell us about how Film Club is bringing film buffs and non-film buffs together. JT, what do you have with you?
I got snacks and the film, and that's the idea behind Film Club. I went to their last meeting to show how you can be part of USU film history.
I loved it, so yeah, excited to show it. Okay, cool.
This is Cater Leland, president of the USU Film Club.
I love movies, and like going to the movies, like seeing the movie posters like at the movie theater was always like a really exciting part for me.
Leland is a graphic design major and makes custom posters for the weekly film.
I want to make something that, you know, can make this feel like a cool, like special event that people want to show up for, whether they know the movie or not.
This is one of the posters Leland designed for students to grab when they come to Film Club. He says Polish movie posters and ones from the 90s with vivid and playful designs are his main inspirations.
People interacting with something that I created was really fulfilling to me.
While Leland is making posters for students, Special Collections holds a piece of USU film history. These are Super 8 film rolls that contain films that students shot during the late 60s and early 70s.
Every Friday they would do a movie, and so before or after they would play just the film that they had made that week.
Students made short films that documented life at USU. They filmed basketball games, Vietnam protests, and homecoming week.
Film has its own route that can keep moving forward because no matter how easy it is to watch real life events with technology improving, there's nothing like actually getting to sit down with people and see it in person.
Back at the current Film Club, students watch the film of the week.
It's a way for you to bond with other people of your age with the same interests, and even if you're not a huge movie person, you know, the vibes are good.
Leland wants the club to feel like a community for those who stop by. You can also visit our Facebook page to find links to the student short films.
JT, what film are they showing next week?
Next week, they'll be showing the 1995 film Clueless.
Thanks so much, JT.
I visited the annual Huntsman Career Expo, where ambition meets opportunity, right here on campus.
The Huntsman Career Expo is an annual event that is held right on Utah State campus. Students have the opportunity to come to Huntsman Hall and introduce themselves to companies from around Cache County. Students are able to ask a variety of questions.
I came to talk to companies that have 2025 internships. I'm a junior at Utah State, so I'm just hoping to get an internship.
Wear your best blazer and be sure to bring your resume. The Huntsman Annual Career Expo is a great way for you to meet professionals who can help you become successful.
Many employers face unprecedented demand for talent and are eager to connect with students in person.
This is one of the biggest events for the Huntsman. I feel like being a Huntsman student, like it's such an honor that like we have so many companies reach out and are interested in everything thanks to all of our professors and all the resources that we have.
The Career Expo is open to all students on Utah State campus. The only ask is to bring your resume in hand and dress as professionally as possible.
I would say that the main focus right now is getting a job after college. I'm a senior, so I already have a list of a few companies that I would love to talk to. I printed out my resume, so hopefully I get an email back.
The Huntsman Business Council advertises the event every year, and so far they have had a great turnout.
I heard about it in my Finance 3300 class from Ken Sorensen.
What a great opportunity to find a company interested in you. Buyers have a love-hate relationship with Volkswagens, but whether you love them or hate them, people showed up to take a look, shop around, and maybe even take home a dash. On Saturday, the Utah VW Classic held an all Volkswagen and early Porsche show. People from Oregon, Nebraska, Washington, Colorado, Utah, and California came to Riverton to not only look at cars, but to catch, as event planner Sarah Brown says, the friendly vibe.
You either love Volkswagens or you hate them, because they are vehicles that you have, let's say, the best way to describe it is travel anxiety. Everywhere you go, you travel in the right-hand lane because you're planning on it breaking down.
And if your car hasn't broken down yet, you could win a dashboard to hang up. Clubs compete in the Club Dash for bragging rights and the chance to take home a cutout dash. This car show also unveiled a mail truck, which was restored and has fewer than 20 makes in the world. Some of those buses are now worth more than $200,000. The generation before us drove Volkswagens because they are such iconic cars. Kelly is joining us here with sports. Kelly, did the Aggies do anything iconic this week?
I mean, something that's always iconic is that Herd student section at the Spectrum. Coming up in sports, these fans were bump, set, and spiking. I'll show you if the Aggies were doing the same.
People come and they realize how cool it is, and then we're able to do it again, and that's how traditions are started.
We'll show you how Aggies came together to start new traditions.
The surplus store. Someone's trash is about to be my treasure.
We have cords and cables here. We have bags full of towels and sheets. Do you want this fold-up mattress? Because we don't.
We got keyboards, paint cans, whatever this is, typewriters, computer monitors.
It's destiny on the line, and we want you at surplus.
Products are not guaranteed to work. All sales are final. This commercial is not endorsed by Utah State.
Coming to college with high meal expectations? Don't be fooled.
No.
Are your meal expectations not meeting reality? Let your meal expectations become a reality at USU Dining Services.
This is Dave. This is Bob. Dave took multimedia boot camp. Bob did not.
We need company headshots.
I've worked on headshots before and I would be happy to do it again.
We also need to finish our company advertisement video.
I already have a shot list and it's ready for you to approve.
Bob, would you be willing to work on our company podcast?
I would be happy to take care of that.
You're so prepared. You deserve a promotion.
Be like Dave and take multimedia boot camp at Utah State. Get experience in a little bit of everything.
Quarterback Spencer Petras threw a laser to Jax.
Hysteria for an Aggie touchdown in the game against Temple over the weekend. Hi, welcome to ATV Sports. I'm Kelly Winter. Let's head back to Philadelphia for the rest of those highlights. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. Petros hands the ball off to running back Herschel Turner, who rushes 4 yards to put the first points on the board. Senior Jalen Royal catches a pass for a 26-yard touchdown and the Aggies lead heading into the second half. The Aggies rushed 186 yards this game, 6 more than Temple. Temple quarterback Evan Simon completes a pass to running back Antonio Jones for a 32-yard touchdown for Temple's first points of the game. The second half is where the Aggies start falling behind. Temple quarterback Evan Simon, who is a redshirt junior, completes another pass to running back Antoine Littleton for a 17-yard touchdown. The extra point was good, and that ties the score at 14-14. The Aggies answer as running back Rahul Fajan runs through a gap in Temple's defensive line and rushes 20 yards for another Utah State touchdown. Fajan led the Aggies in rushing yards this game with a total of 156 yards. Temple close to their own end zone, Simon completes a pass to wide receiver Dante Wright, who rushes 91 yards, and Temple takes the lead for good. While Utah State fell behind on the scoreboard, they had more total yards than Temple with 479, 28 more than Temple. Temple scored another touchdown to put the final score Temple 45, Utah State 29. Utah State currently has a 1-3 record, but those were non-conference games. Speaking of conferences, Utah State announced yesterday that they are moving to the Pac-12, but there's a catch. The Pac-12 has filed lawsuits against the Mountain West Conference. They are saying the buyout fees for poaching penalties are an unlawful restraint on competition. Utah State has double the shots on goal than Washington State on Thursday. These are just a few of the 15 shots on goal from the Aggies. While the Aggies took lots of shots, the game did end in a draw. This is the first draw of the season for the Aggies and their first draw since last August. It also ends the longest winning streak in program history. 3 days later on Sunday, Utah State wrapped up non-conference play with a win against Grand Canyon, 1-3. Volleyball played 2 away games this week and 1 at home. The Aggies started their week in Provo playing the Cougars. BYU won the match 3 sets to Utah State's 2. The Aggies played at UVU at home on Thursday night at the Spectrum. UVU's Bella Wooden serves the ball and Aggie freshman Katie Legic sets the ball for an opposite side hitter and freshman Lauren Higgleson for a big kill against the Wolverines. The herd was loving what they were seeing and were bumped, set, and spiking along with their Aggies to celebrate. Anda Menmovic and Ava Napierski go up for a successful block. The game's block comparison was close. UVU led with 14, 4 more than USU. And Menmovic and Napierski go up again to stuff UVU's Avery Shewell. Menmovic goes up for a spike and is blocked by UVU's Sammy Blackett and Wooden. UVU also led with kills this game with 61, 3 more than USU. Here's another big block from UVU's Blackett and Wooden. Wooden led in UVU block assists with 6. UVU won the match with 3 sets to USU's 2. Utah State did secure a victory on the road against Weber State on Saturday, winning 3 of the 5 sets. And headed back to football, the Green Canyon Wolves took on the Logan High Grizzlies at Logan. Logan Reed's Olsen catches a 17-yard pass for the first touchdown of the game. This was one of 2 of his touchdowns. Green Canyon responds with Hayden Schramm catching a 47-yard pass and running it to the end zone. Schramm rushed a total of 127 yards this game. Junior Parker Lowe catches a 32-yard pass for a Green Canyon touchdown in the second quarter. Bryson Paps intercepts a Grizzly pass and runs it 57 yards for a touchdown. Green Canyon scored 21 points during this second quarter. Quarterback Peyton Wilson also found the end zone during the third quarter with this 27-yard run. He had a total of 47 rushing yards this game. Reed Olsen finishes the game with his second touchdown, a 4-yard pass from Easton Favreau. The final score was Logan 21, Green Canyon 42. You're all caught up in sports. Back to you at the desk, Kesley. Thanks, Kelly. Do you believe in Bigfoot? A group of USU students say they do, and they are getting together to try and find him. Jackson Day joined the hunt to show you
what they're doing to discover the cryptid.
I'll demonstrate right now.
After practicing their calls, the USU Bigfoot Club chose a stand-in, set him loose, and worked to find him during their first meeting of the year.
I knew instantly that these people would be adventurous and on the hunt, so I sprinted off as fast as I could. I did my call and then slowly moved into a little alcove, which symbolizes Bigfoot and his cave.
Leaving no stone unchecked, the group played hide and seek to prepare for a hunt they'll be going on later this year.
Dang it.
They hope to find Bigfoot in the canyons of Cache Valley, even though Bigfoots are generally believed to live farther north.
Alice was like, yeah, he vacations in Cache Valley.
Caves like this one are just one of the many places Bigfoot may be hiding, Budge said. For members of the USU Bigfoot Club, Bigfoot may be hiding just about anywhere.
I truly believe that he is wherever the people are. So hidden behind a tree, a rock, maybe a pine cone, is Bigfoot.
Are you guys here for Bigfoot Club?
The group hasn't found Bigfoot yet, but members said they found something just as important.
I really enjoy being around fun people who just, can have a sense of humor, and I feel like Bigfoot Club is a good place to find that.
Jackson Day, ATV News.
The group meets monthly, and as it gets colder, they say they'll transition to doing indoor activities like cookie making.
Though breakdancing wasn't the biggest hit in the Summer Olympics, it sure was a hit at USU's new student event. The USUSA Series Committee hosted the first ever Aggie Olympics. Students competed in events like rock, paper, scissors, spike ball, and breakdancing. Students won medals and prizes, and around 100 students came.
Because it's a new event, a lot of students don't really know about it and don't really understand what it is. And so it's really hard to get people here. We had an awesome turnout, but it's really hard because it's not like a true Aggie night or a POBEV. People don't really know what to expect.
Committee member Grace Andrews says they will try to do this event again next year and hopefully increase the turnout. When I was there, the breakdancing went pretty crazy, and I'll be honest, I too might have got in on a little competition.
If you've ever run a marathon, you'd probably understand what runners go through. Porter Reddish from West Point, Utah took first place at the top of Utah Marathon in Logan.
Better than last year. Last year it was my first marathon last year, so I felt pretty rough after. But right now I'm sore. I'll be sore tomorrow, but I feel pretty good.
Reddish finished with a time of 2 hours and 33 minutes. Colby Hampson from Gooding, Idaho came in second, and Ben Johnson from Orem finished third. People gathered on Center Street to watch the race and cheer on the runners. Marathon organizers say it's a year-long process to plan and promote the marathon. They start in October and sign up sponsors until race day. They say the race draws people to downtown, and runners give constructive criticism that helps them improve the marathon. Ramona Sanchez from Sparks, Nevada finished first for women's and fourth overall. Thanks for watching this edition of ATV News.
You can watch this and other editions on our Facebook page.
We'll leave you with students milking cows.
Have a great week, Cache Valley.
Hello, parents and prospective freshmen of Utah State. You seem tense. Please take a load off. Here at Utah State, we know the value of balance in student life. Balance. 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 Utah State Student Housing, a balanced way of life.